Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 29th of September 2025 and Red September is still continuing in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And guys, if you look at the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies since the last 24 hours, things are definitely not looking great. But look guys, I'm definitely optimistic as to what the last quarter has in store for us. Because historically guys, 18 months after the Bitcoin halving, which coincides with October of this year, Bitcoin historically tends to reach a new all-time high, isn't it? And one of the advantages that the cryptocurrency world has is Federal Chair Jerome Powell has decided to go ahead and reduce the interest rate as well. And there is a very high possibility there might be a couple of more rate cuts in the near future. So let's see guys what the final quarter of 2024 has in store for us. But as of now guys, looks like the investor confidence is definitely not looking great. Because if you look at ETF related information guys, since the last 24 hours there is a massive outflows. And the outflows is accounting for $666 million. And what is really interesting to note guys is, Bitcoin seems to have taken a massive hit since the last 24 hours. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss final details regarding this. Now one of the reasons why there is so much of lack in investor confidence is because, so far as US politics is concerned guys, there is a very high possibility that the United States of American government will be shutting down from the 1st of October. Now this, to be honest guys, is only because of the Democratic Party. And they are threatening to hold the government funding hostage. And to be honest guys, they just want to go and score political points. Now President Donald Trump is extremely smart regarding this. And on the 25th guys, he did actually put forward an idea. Rather than shutting down the government, he wants to go ahead and fire a lot of people as well. And that, to be honest guys, at the national level is absolutely great, isn't it? Because less government involvement is much better for any nation, isn't it? So in today's episode guys, what I want to do is, I want to go ahead and discuss how the shutting down of the US government could actually impact Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And I want to go ahead and touch base on 4 points guys. The first one is regulatory delays. The second one is market uncertainty and volatility. The third one guys is federal agency slowdowns. And finally guys, the fourth one is investor sentiment. And as I just mentioned earlier guys, because of the news circulating regarding US government shutdown guys, the investor confidence is definitely not looking that great, but this is something which we are expecting at the beginning of this month, isn't it? And historically guys, September hasn't been the best month for the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And looks like the prophecy of Red September has definitely turned out to be true, isn't it? But let's see guys, we do have one more day for the end of September. Now the next news guys I'm going to be talking about is all the way from European Union. And check this out guys. There are 9 major European banks who are involved in issuing stablecoins. Now one of the reasons why this news is important is because looks like the European banks want to reduce the reliance on US-backed stablecoins. So in order to do that, they are going ahead and launching their own stablecoins. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now look guys, I cannot stress this enough. It is really important to understand that stablecoins can definitely go ahead and censor and stop your transactions. And earlier today guys, via LinkedIn, I did see a really iconic post that Bitcoin was created to go ahead and eliminate or kill the entire middle person, isn't it? But now guys, the middle person themselves are going ahead and launching their own stable coins and even different types of blockchain protocols, isn't it? Really interesting quote in my honest opinion. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of 9 European banks going ahead and launching their own stable coin. Now the next news guys is another interesting news, and this is connected to 2 regulatory bodies, that is United Security and Exchange Commission as well as FINRA guys. And the news is that they are reviewing unusual trading ahead of crypto treasury announcements. And this is more hinting towards insider trading, isn't it? And here's the crazy thing guys. Looks like even MicroStrategy may be involved in this. And this is massive regulatory FD violation, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of this news. Now on a different note guys, one of the cryptocurrency firm going back to 2013 guys, they have actually filed an ETF tracking companies holding crypto treasuries. Really interesting news, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Now the final news guys is all the way from South Korea, and this guys once again has to do with stable coins. And the current ruling party in South Korea, that is Democratic Party guys, they have launched a digital asset task force, and this is to pass comprehensive crypto and stablecoin laws, and most likely this might happen by the end of this year. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of this news. Because so far South Korea is concerned guys, they've always been massive advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And in the early days of Bitcoin guys, there used to be a lot of Bitcoin only related events in South Korea. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is an absolute massive news, and this is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the government-funded project that is HUMAIN, guys. They have actually launched groundbreaking laptop that is built around agentic artificial intelligence. Really interesting news, isn't it? Now what makes this thing really unique is that this particular laptop, that is Horizon Pro, guys, they work absolutely independently with little or no human oversight. Really scary news, isn't it? And they're claiming that they operate up to 100 times faster than human thought. Really powerful news. So we'll definitely go and discuss more information regarding this. Now the second news, guys, is from the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and a group called as Pulsar Group, guys. Looks like they're heavily focusing on Solana blockchain, and the news is that they are backing a $300 million Solana-based digital asset treasury. Really powerful news, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of this news. So we've got a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor, that is Amana, and they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look, guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what, guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, if you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing, guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is, guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community, guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part, guys. Once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look, guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look, guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for, guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code BlockchainDXB. And Amana, guys, is all markets one app. Next, guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me, guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning, guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right, guys. Palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrencies all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, guys, is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look, guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue, guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen, guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below, guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025, as well as Eat Women. And look, guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life, so don't just read about it. Be there and head to the website, that is futuristconference.com, and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, Let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is well below the $4 trillion mark. It is at $3.91 trillion. And if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys, the numbers are definitely not looking that great. Ethereum's market cap in just a matter of 2 weeks, guys, has gone well below the $100 billion mark. Because early in the month of September, the market cap of Ethereum was around the $580 billion mark, isn't it? But unfortunately, guys, today it is down to $488 billion. Now look, guys, historically, September hasn't been the best month for the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, a lot of people were anticipating September to be slightly different. And there are a couple of reasons for that, guys. One of the major reasons is because of BlackRock. They're heavily involved in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And another reason, guys, according to me, is because of President Donald Trump. He's trying to do absolutely everything he can in order to go ahead and get world peace, isn't it? And he's focusing all of his efforts on bringing peace between Israel and Palestine, as well as trying to end the war between Russia and Ukraine, isn't it? But unfortunately, guys, looks like a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine is definitely farther than expected. And President Donald Trump last week did actually state he's definitely not happy with what President Vladimir Putin is doing. And along with that, guys, early in the month, we also had the unfortunate assassination of Charlie Kirk, isn't it? So things at the geopolitical level is definitely not looking great. And according to me, guys, it is definitely the Democrats who are to be blamed, isn't it? And even if you look at the possible government shutdown, guys, Democrats looks like they just want to score some political points. Now, regarding that, we'll definitely go and discuss how will it actually impact the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, because of a lot of these information, guys, the investor confidence has definitely fallen down. And since the last 24 hours, guys, if you look at the ETF inflows and outflows, there is a staggering outflows of $666.7 million. And unfortunately, guys, looks like Bitcoin has taken a massive hit. And the outflows is accounting for $418.3 million regarding Bitcoin ETFs, whereas the outflows in Ethereum is accounting for $248.4 million. And look, as metrics such as this does give an indication as to which direction the prices would be heading towards, isn't it? And if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, right now it is down to $3.91 trillion. But since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 1.02%. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, today it is below the $100 billion mark. It is at $94.8 billion. Now, look, as I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, and there is a very high possibility by the time you're listening to the episode, the numbers would drastically have changed. Because right now, there is some possibility of peace negotiations between Israel and Palestine. And maybe, guys, by Monday or Tuesday, we might be getting some positive news. Now, let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges. Because the volume right now is at $14.13 billion. And the total fees collected by these transactions, guys, to date is at $92.37 million. Now, the total value log, guys, is relatively consistent, and to date is at $153.79 billion. And one matrix, guys, which I personally keep an eye on is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and today that percentage is 41.47%. And along with that, guys, if you look at the total value log that is connected to real world assets, to date is at $15.31 billion. Now, since the last 2 weeks, guys, this number was hovering around the $15.6 billion mark, isn't it? So it looks like because of the prices falling down, the total value log connected to real world assets has also taken a slight hit. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges. Uniswap, guys, is still leading the pack, but its volume is below the $3 billion mark. It is at $2.93 billion. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 2nd with $2.42 billion. Flute, guys, is at number 3rd, but its volume is below the $1 billion mark. It is at $818.23 million. The number 4th, guys, is Meteora, and its market cap is $718.29 million. Hyperliquid, guys, is at number 5th, but its volume is way below the $700 million mark. It is at $639.83 million. Now, unfortunately, guys, the volume of stablecoins hasn't picked up pace, and this is a matrix that does give an indication as to how the prices will be reacting in the next few days, isn't it? Now, the volume of Tether USDT is well below the $100 billion mark. It is at $83.40 billion, whereas Circle USDC, guys, is below the $10 billion mark at $8.50 billion. And FDUSD, guys, is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $8.23 billion. Now let's quickly run to the dominance, 24-hour trading volume and market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, guys, Bitcoin as well as Ethereum's market cap has taken a massive hit, but Ethereum's market cap right now is down to $488 billion in just a matter of 2 weeks, guys. More than $100 billion has been wiped off from Ethereum's market cap, and so far as Bitcoin's market cap is concerned, it is at $2.20 trillion. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin, guys, today it is at $27.66 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $20.33 billion. Now the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, is at 56.40%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 12.50%. Now regarding Bitcoin, guys, one of the reasons why the prices are falling down is because of the open interest rate, and the total money in futures contracts related to Bitcoin, guys, is roughly around $37.8 billion. And what has happened, guys, since the last 24 hours? That open interest rate has actually fallen down by 0.11%. Now this number definitely does not seem a lot, but you also need to remember that I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, guys, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries, isn't it? So let's see, guys, how the matrix regarding open interest rate will be reacting in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now one of the reasons why this matrix is important is because open interest rate is kind of like how many bets or contracts are open to Bitcoin, isn't it? And here's the thing, guys, if open interest rate does actually go up, more people are actually betting that the prices may eventually go higher or lower. And if the open interest rate does actually go down, guys, people tend to close a lot of the trades, and that actually means that there is less fuel for big movements. So essentially, guys, when prices falls and open interest rate also falls, people are essentially closing a lot of the losing bets and adding a bit of selling. But here's the thing, guys, when the prices fall but open interest rate increases, there are a lot of new shorts, isn't it? And this leads to new short bets which are opening, and that does actually push the prices down even harder. And since the last 24 hours, guys, what is happening is some traders have actually closed out their contracts. And usually when a lot of people go out and close a lot of the long contracts, guys, it does create a bit of selling pressure. So let's see, guys, how the prices will be reacting in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now in the last 24 hours, guys, roughly around $26 billion in Bitcoin futures were liquidated. And this is based on information via CoinAlyst. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, these numbers will drastically change over the next few days, because there is a possibility that the government will be shutting down on the 1st of October, isn't it? But let's see, guys, the President Donald Trump has some other plans. Now every day, guys, in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And today, guys, I want to look at the top proof of work coins by market cap. And it is no surprise when you talk about proof of work, Bitcoin is the king of all kings, isn't it? And its market cap, as I mentioned earlier, is at $2.20 trillion. Now the second protocol, keeping in mind the market cap that works in proof of work, is Dogecoin, and its market cap is $35.20 billion. Bitcoin Cash, guys, is at number 3rd with $11.01 billion. And at number 4th, guys, is Litecoin with $8.09 billion. And Monero, guys, which is kind of like the king of all kings so far as privacy is concerned, its market cap is $5.37 billion. Now, guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Because right now it is at $110,766, and since the last 24 hours, guys, it is marginally up by 1.14%, but since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 4.05%. Ethereum, guys, right now is at $4,047, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.77%, but since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 9.55%. Ripple or XRP is well below the $3 mark. It is at $2.83, but since the last 24 hours, guys, it is actually up by 1.43%, but since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 4.66%. Now let's talk about some really interesting news in the world of US politics, guys. Now the federal funding, guys, expires at midnight on September 30th, which is this Tuesday, isn't it? And because of this, guys, there is a massive risk of a shutdown. And here's the thing, guys, if Congress doesn't pass a continued resolution, and if the shutdown hits, guys, a lot of the federal departments and agencies will see a massive disruption. But here's the thing, guys, essential things like military pay and air traffic control will continue. So the key areas of government that will be shut down in the United States of America from the 1st of October, guys, is the Education Department, the EPA, the FDA, that is Food and Drug Administration, National Park Services, NIH, IRS, USDA, as well as Social Security claims. Now look, guys, it is needless to say that Democrats are just scoring points, isn't it? And they're going pretty much against everything that President Donald Trump wants to do, guys. Now regarding US politics, guys, here's the important thing to remember. Right now, Republicans control both the chambers and the White House, isn't it? But they still need some Democratic support in negotiations. Now President Donald Trump and Republicans are stating that a lot of Democrats, they want to offer a lot of funding for illegal immigrants, which to be honest does not seem right, isn't it? And based on the official information by White House, guys, it clearly states Democrats are threatening to hold government funding hostage to score political points, and they are ignoring real-world consequences. Now President Donald Trump, guys, according to me, definitely has the upper hand, and he is actually saying that this is the best time to go out and fire a lot of the government employees, Cause less government control and manpower is what Republicans any which ways want, isn't it? But look, guys, what I'm noticing is this is for the very first time where even left-leaning mainstream media, they're actually blaming Democratic politicians for a complete shutdown. And in the official information by the White House website, guys, there is official link directly by Politico, Bloomberg, New York Times, Washington Examiner, The Hill as well as CNN. And this might be for the very first time where they're actually blaming Democrats for a complete shutdown. Now look, guys, I don't want to go and delve into US politics as such, but what I want to do is, I want to go and discuss how this news will actually impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So guys, I want to go and touch base on 4 core points, that is regulatory delays, market uncertainty and volatility, federal agency slowdown, and the funny guys regarding investor sentiment. Now regarding regulatory delays, guys, it is important to note that some of the key crypto legislations like market structure bills or SEC and CFTC rulemaking may be delayed as congressional committees slow down operations, isn't it? And any progress on clear regulations for exchanges or even stablecoins or institutional adoption could actually be stalled. And this might be because of indirect consequences, isn't it? And regarding market uncertainty and volatility, guys, usually what happens is political deadlock generally increases uncertainty, isn't it? Which historically drives some investors towards Bitcoin as a hedge against fiat or government instability. And there is a very high possibility we might experience some short-term volatility in the cryptocurrency space. And who's to say we might actually see some spike around the shutdown deadline. So what I really urge you to do is, guys, definitely keep an eye on what is going on in the US politics, particularly on the 30th of this month. Because let's say, guys, if the US government does actually shut down, on the 1st of October, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies may eventually pump up. Now, regarding federal agency slowdowns, guys, it is important to know that agencies like the US Security and Exchange Commission and Treasury may halt non-essential operations, thereby delaying approvals, audits or even enforcement actions. And later on, guys, I'll go and discuss an interesting news by the US Security and Exchange Commission and FINRA. But look, guys, it is also important to know that while ongoing projects and public comment periods may continue, new guidelines or policy decisions could be postponed. Now look, guys, the last time the US government was actually shut down was for actually 35 days. And this did actually take place between December 22nd, 2018. And this did actually last to 25th of January 2019. And this was the longest history in the United States of America where the US government was shut down. And it is needless to say that the Democrats definitely want to go and oppose President Donald Trump. Because even during that time, Donald Trump was the President of the United States of America, isn't it? Now the final point, guys, is regarding investor confidence and sentiment. And look, as fear of a shutdown could actually trigger cautious behavior among institutional investors, potentially reducing new inflows into cryptocurrencies or delaying corporate treasury purchases of Bitcoin. And we're already seeing some metrics in the world of ETFs, isn't it? But there is a very high possibility, guys. Some retail investors might actually see this as an opportunity to go out and buy a lot of Bitcoin, isn't it? So look, as the bottom line is, because of the US government shutdown news, in the short term we'll definitely see increased uncertainty, price volatility and potential delays in the cryptocurrency regulation space. But I'm pretty much sure, guys, in the next few days and weeks, Bitcoin will definitely benefit as a hedge if US political gridlock persists. But so far the regulatory aspect is concerned, it might take a lot of time, isn't it? Really important news in my honest opinion. Now guys, let's go and discuss another news all the way from Europe. And check this out, guys. 9 major European banks including ING, UniCredit, Danske Bank, SEB, Kaiska Bank, and many others, guys, have formed a consortium. And this is to go and launch a euro-denominated stablecoin. And here's the thing, guys. This will be done under the European nations' MiCAR regulations, and this particular consortium, guys, is actually based in Netherlands and will be supervised by the Dutch Central Bank. Now the new venture, guys, aims to roll out the stablecoin by the second half of 2026. Now the project is designed to reduce Europe's reliance on US-backed digital currencies, and they're doing that by creating a trusted regulated payment system. And they're claiming that it is going to be built on a blockchain as well, guys. And their new stablecoin promises instant, low cost as well as programmable payments, while at the same time improving cross-border settlements. And it can be used for supply chain management and digital asset transactions. And based on the news, guys, they're going even further. Even beyond payments, participating banks may also be offering wallets, custody as well as related services. Now this initiative, guys, represents a strategic step towards European payment sovereignty and highlights growing institutional confidence in blockchain-based finance, isn't it? But look, guys, according to me, they're at least a couple of years late because the Genius Act is already turned into law, isn't it? Now imagine getting this ready by the second half of 2026. By that time, I'm pretty much sure President Donald Trump would have already secured some trade deals with European nations, and I'm curious to check, guys, in these trade deals if they asked to go ahead and make payments using stablecoins, because that way the US dollar remains extremely strong as well, isn't it? Let's see, guys, if there is any future updates to this. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some interesting news in the world of treasury firms. And here's the thing, guys, the US Security and Exchange Commission as well as FINRA, they have reportedly reached out to certain companies after noticing unusual trading activity ahead of their digital asset treasury announcements. And this, guys, is extremely powerful and scary news, isn't it? And this particular information is actually published by Wall Street Journal. Now, the reviews, guys, covered more than 200 firms that disclose crypto treasury strategies this year. Now, is this indicating towards insider trading, guys? Definitely a possibility, isn't it? And the outreach, guys, appears focused on whether selective leak or trading on material non-public information occurred, that is MNPI, potentially violating govt, and companies following corporate crypto strategies including Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy have raised debt or equity to acquire digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum and Solana as balance sheet reserves, isn't it? And looks like they have been flagged as well. And observers are cautioning that purely timed opportunistic moves may actually appear gimmicky, thereby creating instability or risky forced liquidation. Now, investigations in these cases, guys, typically trace emails, messages, as well as internal communications to determine if insider information influenced trading. And let's see, guys, if we do see any news coming out from whistleblowers regarding this as well. Now, regarding this news, guys, there is a firm called as GSR, which is going back to 2013. Now, they have filed with the Security and Exchange Commission to launch an ETF focused on companies holding crypto treasuries. Really interesting ideas in it. And news such as this is highlighting growing institutional interest in corporate digital assets. So what I really urge you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, you can actually see the official filing by GSR to the US Security and Exchange Commission. Now, guys, let's go and talk about some news all the way from South Korea. And South Korea's Democratic Party, guys, has launched a digital asset task force, and this is to push through stablecoin and crypto legislation by year end. And this is after $40.6 billion in digital assets, and half of that were actually in stablecoins, were actually transferred abroad in Q1 of 2025 alone. And regarding this plan, guys, it does seek to safeguard monetary sovereignty, set custody, disclosure and insurance rules, and they also want to introduce a won-back stablecoin policy to counter US dollar pegged rivals. And regarding this task force, guys, it will also coordinate with regulators like FSC, FSS and Bank of Korea, while at the same time engaging exchanges as well as fintechs through the hearings. But here's the thing, guys, when it comes to politics, the opposing party is definitely not fan of it. And the rivals, that is People's Power Party, guys, is signaling a lot of difficulty in going ahead and pushing forward for a digital asset task force. But look, guys, I'm pretty much sure either side of the politics, they definitely have to adopt and accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and even stablecoins as well, as an it. Definitely important news. So these were some macro level news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And UAE, guys, which is backed by Saudi Public Investment Fund, has launched the Horizon Pro laptop. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the Horizon Pro laptop is built around agentic AI that acts independently with little or no human oversight. And this launch, guys, was actually unveiled by UAE CEO, that is Tariq Amin. And this was launched at the Snapdragon Summit in Hawaii. And this laptop, guys, is powered by Snapdragon processor family for top AI performance and powerful CPU. And it is claimed to operate up to 100 times faster than any human thought. And it runs on UAE's upcoming operation system, that is UAE 1. And the operating system, guys, unifies enterprise workflows, communications and AI apps into one adaptive interface. Now the interface, guys, is designed to anticipate needs and accelerate decision making. And it features zero latency wake time for instant responsiveness. And so far as the battery life is concerned, it exceeds more than 18 hours on a single charge. And here's the thing, guys, it also consumes 40% less power than competing systems, and it also has advanced thermal architecture ensuring sustained high performance. And look, guys, regarding this laptop, it is integrated with Arabic First LLM, also called as ALLAM, and this is for localized AI capabilities, isn't it? And the artificial intelligence, guys, runs locally for speed and privacy, with optimal hybrid cloud for complex tasks, and it is positioned as ideal for enterprise users needing performance, control as well as scale. And the AI, guys, is designed to actively collaborate with users, both locally as well as in the cloud. And regarding this Horizon Pro PC, guys, HUMAIN will actually give away 500 of those to students to foster future artificial intelligence leaders. Really powerful news, isn't it? Now guys, let's go and discuss some interesting news from the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and Pulsar Group guys. They are backing a Solana-based digital asset treasury, and this is called a Soulmate. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Cause Pulsar Group guys joins as one of the 4 lead investors in $300 million pipe deal into Soulmate. The Soulmate guys is a newly launched Solana-based digital asset treasury. And this deal guys positions United Arab Emirates as a hub for blockchain innovation and digital asset transformation, isn't it? And Soulmate plans to deploy bare metal validator service in Abu Dhabi. And this guys, according to me, establishes the region's first major Solana infrastructure hub. And the move definitely strengthens Solana's network decentralization, or distributed hub I like to call it, isn't it? Now look guys, it is needless to say that the United Arab Emirates is praised for a forward-thinking blockchain-friendly jurisdiction all over the world, isn't it? And the CEO Pulsar guys highlights talent, innovation as well as opportunity for United Arab Emirates. And the investment includes global partners that is Solana Foundation, Rockaway X, ARK Investment as well. And it does reflect growing institutional confidence in blockchain adoption in the Middle East, isn't it? And it supports UAE's economic diversification via emerging technologies. And Marco Santori, who's the incoming CEO of Soulmate, shares long-term conviction in Solana as well. And Soulmate will accumulate SOL consistently across bull and bear markets. And Soulmate will also build real crypto infrastructure in the United Arab Emirates. And Pulsar guys will continue advancing leading blockchain firms in the region. And the group guys aims to attract talent and build strategic partnership. And their mission is pretty simple guys. They want to accelerate adoption and growth of digital assets in UAE as well as beyond. Really interesting news, isn't it? So these were the news guys on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, before we go ahead and kickstart the Ask Me Anything series, I do have some really interesting announcements. The first one is an interesting partnership, and this is connected to Bitcoin events. Now look guys, you know that Bitcoin is the king of all kings, isn't it? And the OGs of Bitcoin events, that is Bitcoin Inc., they have a massive event taking place in August in Hong Kong. And guess what guys? Blockchain DXB is the official media partner for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And this particular event guys takes place in August in Hong Kong. And Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering event where builders, investors as well as investors meet. So at this event guys, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump. And he will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential. And more importantly, he along with a lot of Bitcoin OGs guys, they will be talking about the role of Bitcoin in global finance. And at the Bitcoin Asia 2025 event guys, they will be discussing Asia's massive impact on adoption. And look, as Bitcoin Asia event connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets, from infrastructure to regulations, privacy tools to lightning development and quite a lot more. And for you listeners of the Blockchain DXB podcast guys, I have a cool discount code of 10% for you. And the code is pretty simple guys. It is DXB, that is D for David, X for X-ray and B for Bravo. And DXB is the code for Dubai as well, isn't it? So what are you waiting for guys? In the show notes below you'll see the registration details for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And look guys, Hong Kong is calling. So be part of the future of Bitcoin. Now the next announcement guys is another big one. And this is connected to Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. And Blockchain DXB once again is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Now me personally guys, I did attend the Future Blockchain Summit going back to 2017. And the fact is guys, it is one of the biggest, oldest as well as boldest blockchain events in the region. And according to me as well as a lot of advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Future Blockchain Summit as well as Fintech Search 2025 is probably the biggest event in the entire world. And this event guys takes place between the 12th and 15th of October at the iconic location of Dubai Harbour. So this is going to be the place where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. So expect 250 world-class speakers, over 1,200 investors, live demos, product launches, as well as GITEX Digital Assets Forum. And all of this thing guys will be under one roof. So you can expect so-called Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI as well as decentralized finance, and this particular event, guys, brings the entire ecosystem together. This is the launchpad you've been waiting for, and by attending this event, guys, you will be in a position to be in front of top venture capitals, accelerators as well as industry leaders, and for blockchain and fintech companies, guys, this is where connection turns into partnerships and dream turns into reality. And because Blockchain DXB is the media part of our future blockchain summit and Fintech Search 2025, guys, in the show notes below you'll see the registration details, and there's a hidden discount code mentioned below as well. So do one thing, guys, click on the show notes below, get yourself registered, and see you between the 12th and 15th at Dubai Harbour at the Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Ray who asked, would you trust a euro-backed stablecoin issued by banks or a US dollar-backed one? This, to be honest, Ray, is such an important question, but the answer to that is yes. I would definitely trust a euro-backed stablecoin. As a matter of fact, Ray, if you want my honest opinion, I would actually trust a euro-backed stablecoin issued by a bank. Definitely much more than Tether or even Circle USDC for that matter. Now look, Ray, me personally, I'm definitely not a fan of stablecoins as such, because according to me, they definitely do not follow the ethos of open blockchain, and there are certain pillars of open blockchain that is open source, permissionless, censorship resistant, borderless, neutral as well as publicly verifiable. And if you look at stablecoin issuers, most of them are not fulfilled. And more importantly, Ray, if you look at stablecoin issuers such as Tether USDT or even Circle USDC for that matter, they are a centralized entity that go ahead and issue tokens, isn't it? Now, according to me, the audit report of Circle USDC is absolutely spot on. So, in relation to your question, I'll definitely add Circle USDC along with Eurobacked stablecoin that is actually issued by banks. But when you talk about Tether USDT as such, they do not have any audit report as well. Now, in 2020 and 2021, I used to always say this, that the biggest black swan event in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world might actually be Tether. But right now, Tether has become so big that I don't want them to be a black swan event, because they do not have any audit as such, Ray. As a matter of fact, what I'd really urge you to do is go ahead and check the very first audit report that Tether USDT put out. It was literally a pie diagram, just one page of audit report, and in that pie diagram it actually said that they have X amount of cash, X amount of security, so on and so forth. Now, in order to tackle the Genius Act in the United States of America, Tether is launching a completely new stablecoin with Bohans as the CEO, isn't it? So look, the answer to this is pretty simple. When you talk about stablecoin issuers, it is needless to say it is a centralized entity. So the big question is, do you trust a billionaire or do you trust a bank? Now, as much as I dislike saying it, me personally, I'm definitely not a fan of stablecoins as such. But if given a choice between, let's say, Euro-backed stablecoin that is issued by bank, or let's say a USD-backed stablecoin, particularly Tether USDT, me personally, I'll definitely choose a Euro-backed stablecoin. Now look, Ray, since the last 6 months I've always said this, a lot of regulators are becoming massive detractors of algorithmically backed stablecoin. And I do understand things from their point of view because of the whole collapse of Terra Luna, isn't it? But look, when you talk about innovation of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the transaction should be peer-to-peer without any central mediator or entity involved. And keeping that thing in mind, I do think that algorithmically backed stablecoin is the only solution. So let's see if the narrative regarding stablecoins, particularly among regulators, changes. And once that thing happens, I definitely would like to see a lot of algorithmically backed stablecoins in opposition to, let's say, Euro-backed stablecoin issued by banks, or even USD-backed stablecoins that is actually issued by a centralized entity. Because that would actually mean that transactions are actually done peer-to-peer, isn't it? But according to me, it definitely will take a lot of time. But definitely an interesting question, right? So these were the newscasts on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays via Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at the latest technological development. We look at the latest geopolitical news. We talk about some really interesting partnerships. And then, guys, we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological developments. We discuss news in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and artificial intelligence. And finally, guys, what you're listening to is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.